Morning, everyone. This is Rahul Sharma, a Vedic practitioner from Chicago. In the series, I am releasing my 110th video today on the Bless Your Family. It is a long, important, critical subject for everyone to learn and follow. So I have divided this into three different parts. Today, we will be discussing about what are the blessings and curse and the myth about it. And this has been learned from various books of Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya, Mata Bhagavati Devi Sharma, particularly Karamkant Bhaskar and Par Prakash has many blessing mantra and their explanation. And I have leveraged those plus many other Amritvani audio talks which I have listened and watched from Gurudev. So let's understand what is the power of blessings, which is also known as Ashirwad in Hindi, Dua in Urdu, and we have been using it interchangeably. So I wrote all those words, Ashirwad and Dua. If you pick up any Vedic rituals, which we do on a daily basis or on festivals or in the temple, most of the shlokas are available to bless us, our family, friends, and others. That is significance you can imagine for last thousands of years. The blessings or the words, the spoken words, what priest or we use as an elder, it helps building the motivation and the confidence of our family members if explained properly with meaning and the positive words. That was the Ashirvad and Dua. And to further explain, with carefully researched, is a carefully chosen positive affirmation words, or we call it now benedictions, with appropriate meaning required in the specific situation or circumstances of the recipient. The transformative effect of blessings mirrors how the positive affirmation, prayers, and gratitude have been shown in psychology and neuroscience in today's world to influence the mental and the physical health. But thousands of years ago, when Vedic Vedas were written, there were no such science branch were available, but they already knew how it's going to impact the psychology and the neuroscience. This is also comparable to the energetic resonance of law of reciprocity with the intention and the submission to generate the beneficial outcome. So it's a proven science these days. A lot of books available, even movies are made on the power of spoken words and the manifestation. These are all originated from the power of blessings, what we speak to one another or our family members. Now, how you can really harness the power of blessings? Most people do not understand the meaning of Sanskrit shloka. That means even if you are have been listing those mantra for years, you may not have seen the benefit immediately. Slowly, gradually, it might be happening. I'm not sure, but if you understand the meaning of that Sanskrit shloka, and sometimes people just say because they have been hearing half sentences without any full completion or the context of it, that is not going to be beneficial. So if you really want to derive the full benefit, we need to understand and give the full context, complete sentence with some right example. And I'm going to be speaking all those things in part 2, but just understand to harness the power of blessings, we need to truly understand the meaning of it, whatever the local language somebody is. So the purpose of creating this video and republishing it in new format is to understand the power of offering blessing or positive affirmation for the mental and emotional growth of your children, your spouse, your friends, and even elders in the distress situation. The intent of the giver and the receptivity of the receiver are very crucial for the success. Okay, so be very careful whom you are talking. If they are jealous and then you are asking them to bless you, or if they already know their character that they are always jealous of somebody's success and growth, and because they are not privileged, then that's not going to be giving you that impact. And same thing with the recipient. If you do not have a faith, or you do not believe on them, or you do not believe in this process, is not going to be beneficial to them. It's just like you're listening to a radio talk or a TV, just listening but not paying attention. So that two things are very important. The spiritual masters, or we call them guru, are believed to have more purified energy field, and they have overcome all their jealousies and revenge feeling and selfishness. That's the reason but they speak something with their heart or emotions that really help us in succeeding in that area. Now there is another part of it, the reverse part of it, we call it curse or bad dua. If you really see in English, bad become a bad dua, means the reverse of opposite of the blessing, where you really want somebody to grow and flourish. Here, because of the anger, you are just giving them the bad word, and it is a worse way to hurt your own children, your spouse and friend, even though it was not intentional, but because of your past history, because what you have heard, what you've seen in your family, you're using any negative, toned down words, that's going to impact very badly in the self-image of your child, spouse, or friend. That's one thing which we need to take care. So take an immediate vow to stop using any derogative or any defaming remarks or comments to your family, no matter how angry or upset you may be in such cases. Some of the examples are people are being commonly using you are stupid, you are lazy, you're always dumb, you can't do anything right. If somebody doesn't know math, I don't know why people think math is some of the great subject which everybody should know, which is not true. And people always compare one with another person, or you are inferior to your elder brother or younger brother or your friend, and anything like this. This is all derogative comment, and this is labeled as a curse or a bad dua. So you have to definitely stop that. Now there's another fear or myth that people have, that sometimes a beggar who's asking for money and you are not giving him the money, and he tells you some bad words or some so-called saint who say they are saint but they may not be, and fakir or a beggar on the street, they give you any curse or bad dua, and then now you are afraid. Now your mind is going in a negative suicidal direction that's going to harm you, and that's how your psychology is being impacted and captured by those people. So what is the keyword about it? To be effective in the spoken words by a saint or fakir or anyone, there must be a purified soul with a lot of practice of Gayatri Mantra or similar spiritual power. And purified soul is nothing but somebody who has control on their Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, in terms of English, selfishness, their ego, their anger, their revenge feeling, they have control all those things, then they have the potency or powerfulness. And most of the purified soul will anyway never going to use negative words for you. You may have heard the stories of Vishwamitra and other thing. So these are the exception cases to show you an example that you don't want to really irritate people who are doing the right thing, right work, and you don't want to gain any negativity from them about you, because that's going to be flourishing. Now, rather than being afraid of those bad comments or happening to you, I will definitely recommend you do a self introspection. There was a video I published few months ago, the self retrospection or self introspection or Atma Parishodhan, that what you did to hurt them and then why they're unhappy, and then try to cure that. You don't need to be using those bad words or do something or have an action to irritate somebody or trigger something which is not good. So you can always follow that video number 13, and that will help you there. So for bless your family, the foundation what we need to understand is we need to start with a clean foundation. First of all, how clean foundation will be there? You definitely need to control your anger, your revenge, your selfishness, your all those bad habits, and then stop using any bad or negative words consciously in your home. Now how you want to make it consciously? I will recommend to place a jar or a piggy bank at your place of daily worship. Okay, anytime religiously and with discipline, if any member speaks a negative word, or you are talking negative word to your spouse or child or your parent, you must put a penalty money of $1 or an agreed amount, whatever your budget says, and at the end of the month, whatever money has been collected, you donate the money to a temple or buy books on positive affirmation or positive talk, so you can start improving. Within few months, when you will see the amount of money you are being wasting because of your bad habit, you will start improving yourself. So that's the first foundation. If you only want to have benefit of your blessing to your child, your spouse, you need to have this foundation done. Then you need to be understanding the blessing is not only for younger, it can be for everyone. So blessing, everyone is your subject for blessing on a daily basis. Do a practice of that, taking some positive words to your spouse, thanking for their, your support to you in terms of food or clothing or whatever they do at your home. Same thing for your children, same thing for your parents. Even though they are elder, but they also need blessings because of whatever they have done. So you can also bless them. They are mantras for them also. Your siblings, brothers, sisters together. Your nephew, niece, if you are in a joint family. Even your pets. Even your pet needs that kind of positive word that I love you, and you are the best, you're a good boy, something like that. And then, of course, we need to extend this beyond our family to friends, neighbors, and the co-workers. Those are very important area for you to be at peace, and you to will be happy if other peoples are happy. So these are will be your subjects of the blessing. I think for today that should be enough to you to understand the foundation. At least start stopping those things, and I'm going to give you a few action items, and then in part 2 we are going to cover the components of this thing. So first action item, as I mentioned, stop using the negative words for your children, spouse, family member, friends, co-worker with immediate effect, and establish a penalty piggy bank to drop $1 every day, every time at your home when you use a negative word. Okay, and then give blessings every day with human touch that I will cover in part 2. So I will discuss this more about it there. And then every moment of this the blessing, how we need to accept, I'm going to also talking in part 2. So I'm going to wait until there, but make sure that you are counting your blessings by doing good to others as often as possible. If you have any questions about this one or this topic, feel free to write me an email on rahulrenusharma@gmail.com or write a comment, and organize frequent pujas, havan, birthday celebration, anniversary celebration, sanskar at your home so that you can keep accumulating the shower of flower petals in terms of blessings from the priests and the elders. With this, thank you everyone.